Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to compare the pros and cons of a decentralized organizational structure. And for this example, we have IKEA. So, this example really helps us understand how a huge global company manages complexity while still staying efficient and focused on its customers. So, this is a question from the IAL Business May 2025 paper, and it's from section C, which means this is 20 marks. And the question here says evaluate. So, we have to mention both the pros and cons in this answer. So, for the format, it's very simple. We're going to have 5 paragraphs. The first one is the introduction, 2 benefits, 1 counter argument, and 1 conclusion. So, let's look at the extracts down here, which are extract E and F. So extract E gives us information about when IKEA was first started, and the name of the owner, the entrepreneur, the product portfolio of IKEA, which is listed right here. This is very important. Also, the key differences throughout the years. It's all right here. And extract F, this tells us about the regions and the number of IKEA stores in 2023. It has Europe, Asia, and many other regions of the world. So, yeah, this is very important. We need to use these 2 extracts in order to answer the question. So, let's head to the answer. All right. So, a decentralized organizational structure means decision making power is not all kept at the top, which means the owner from Sweden does not have to make all the main orders, which means it is shared with managers lower down the chain, such as those running regional or local stores. For IKEA, that means local managers can make decisions based on their own market's needs instead of waiting for the head office in Sweden. And we wrote this in the introduction that this fits IKEA well because it has 460 stores in 59 countries. It has to adapt to different cultures and economies while still sticking to its core goals, which are low prices, good quality, and great customer service. So we have to mention all of that briefly in the introduction part. So let's move on to the first advantage. So, one big plus of a decentralized organizational structure is that IKEA can respond better to local customer needs. For example, Extract E, it says that although IKEA stores sell mostly the same products worldwide, there are regional differences. Local managers know their customers' taste and culture, which is because every single country in the world has different cultures, so their products are going to be based on those niches, right? Alright, so let's take IKEA's restaurants. In some countries, they offer local dishes alongside Swedish food. This keeps customers in the store longer and boosts sales. And we have to mention all of that here, right here. So we have to give an example from the extract while also explaining why this case is like that. So think about how different tastes are in Asia, which has 79 stores, and in North America, about 70 stores. And this is compared to Europe as extract F shows us. So why does this gain us marks? Like answering the answer in such a way. How does this gain us marks? Well, it's because you're connecting decentralization clearly to better local service and customer satisfaction using specific facts that we are taking from the extracts and numbers from the extracts, which is basically the graphs, the chart that they provided. So this shows that you can back up your points with real evidence, and this is exactly what examiners look for in strong analysis and application. So you guys need to remember all of this. It is very important if you want to get like full marks in this answer. Well, not full marks. It's like usually 18 or 19 if you answer it like this, but it's still very close. So let's go to the second benefit. See, another benefit is faster decisions. Store managers can quickly fix things like stock shortages or customer complaints without waiting for approval from Sweden. Okay, imagine guys, there's a small inconvenience and you report it to the main owner in a random outlet in Europe. So it's not going to be very efficient, right? So This improves customer service if the managers are taking care of it as well. Decentralization also motivates managers. When they have real responsibility, they tend to work harder and take ownership. Like this gives them a sense of ownership, even though they're not the owners, but they can make these decisions. So this also makes them confident and motivates them. And this is good for the business, right? Plus, local managers can negotiate better with suppliers and control costs, supporting IKEA's goal of affordability. So, these are basically the main two advantages that you can state in the answer. And I think this should be enough. Yeah. So, after that, we can go to the evaluation part, which is the counter argument. Of course, there's always disadvantages to everything, and same for a decentralized organization. This also has some cons. So, let's move on to that. It's obviously not all perfect. Too much local freedom can cause inconsistencies between stores, which hurts IKEA's strong global brand. Obviously, IKEA has a strong and big brand image, and they're a reputable company, and this might harm that a bit. IKEA is known for its standardized layout and products that give a consistent global feel. Also, centralized purchasing saves money by buying in bulk and running marketing campaigns more cheaply. Decentralization here can make these things more expensive, which is very obvious. But yeah, finally, decentralization also depends on good managers because you're not always sure that you're going to have the best managers to run the office. Like I mentioned here, senior managers at head office, such as founder, may have more experience than the managers that we are hiring for the local outlets, right? So this is why strong strategic control from top leaders like founder, which the founder in Ingvar Kamprad. Sorry, I can't really pronounce his name properly. So yeah, it'll probably be better if he was taking care of everything, but it is not logically possible to take care of all these outlets at the same time. That's why this is a decentralized structure. But yeah, these are some of the disadvantages that you can mention. So let's move on to the conclusion, and we're about to end the answer here. There are problems like inconsistencies, losing economies of scale. There's a lot of problems, but yeah. So in the conclusion, you can mention this that problems like inconsistencies and losing economies of scale, reliance on local management skills means decentralization alone is not enough. The best approach is a mix, which is the mixture of the decentralized decision making for local responsiveness combined with a central control over the purchasing, marketing, and strategy. This balance keeps IKEA more flexible, protects its brands, and also maintains lower costs. So, why does this part earn you marks? Well, your conclusion basically ties everything together with a clear, balanced judgment. It also shows that you're understanding the opposing views. Like here, we not only mention the advantages, but also mention some key disadvantages here as well. And in the conclusion, you can actually choose a side, but you can also kind of abstain and highlight both the sides in the conclusion. So your conclusion ties everything together with a clear, balanced judgment. It shows you understand opposing views and can make a strong, well reasoned recommendation, which I did here. Like I mentioned here, a hybrid organizational structure is likely to be most suitable approach for IKEA. So this is exactly what earns top marks. And if you want to get the highest marks for this answer, which is a 20 mark in section C, this is how you have to answer it. So thank you guys for listening. If you guys have any questions or thoughts about decentralization and how it helps IKEA succeed globally, please do ask. Thank you.